Hello guys, my name is Richmond and welcome to LEC Rundown. This week in the LEC, the players get a pay rise for every time they throw at Baron. And up first, we have G2 versus XL. And what in the name of the holy jungle gap was this by Yike? My man looked like Canyon in his first LEC game. Also, please to all LEC teams, do not pick fucking Jhin support. That shit is more useless than Promiscuous Leona. In the next game, which was Koi versus BDS, Koi obviously won, but I must say I was pleasantly surprised by BDS for staying in the game for so long. Just one thing. What the fuck was that Baron?
A bit split from the rest of the team though.
Alright, stepping forward. 6k getting lower. When is the call going to be to turn and fight? Are they just going to try to bet everything on this? They just want to flip it. Now trying to burn it down, but Shio's out of the pit. Shio needs to go back in to try to smite this. Shio charging the Q has to go back in, but they just give it. It's just a big leash, but now Adam, they're the meat grinder of the Olaf. Gonna get anything done next today. Koi saying thanks for the leash, thanks for the fight. What was that by BDS?
I know this isn't technically a throw because BDS were already slightly behind, but I am starting the Baron throw counter here anyway. Now, onto Astralis versus Team Heretics. And I can't lie, this was a hard fucking watch. I have to feel for Kobe and Yonghun here. Imagine trying to run a ship with 5 people, but 3 of your crew members have undergone multiple lobotomic procedures. I don't know what hurt the most here. It's hard to decide between Dior absolutely running it the fuck down or 113 being this useless on a fat Viego. Also, how could Heretics struggle this hard against Astralis? This is not a good omen for the team at all. There isn't really much to say about the next game, which was Mad vs SK. This was just a stomp. No one on SK really ran it individually, but the team pretty much had the macro of 5 platinum players without comms, and the only thing that was allowed was on my way. No, but seriously, these guys went in like every 2 minutes for no reason. To round off day 1, we had a banger. Vitality vs Fnatic was an up and down game from 2 decentish teams, well, at least as far as EMEA Week 1 teams go. On one hand, I am sad that I wasn't able to watch it live. On the other, I am very happy that I wasn't able to watch it live because I am a Fnatic fan. And that shit hurt. Fnatic managed to secure a solid lead going into the late game and snuck a solid Baron. Just to turn into the wall for no fucking reason and do this.
No doubt about it, Bo too late to the party, he's also down 2 levels. For the time being, Razork on 16, got that 3rd tier on lands, respite the engage on multiple fronts. Kaiser's already down, traded for Rux. Razork throws out the ulti, keeps himself alive, looking for the heal. Humanoid unleashes the spread, but won't find the kill. Razork's not doing it, they chase to fall. Fnatic with 2 splits, but can they close it out? Razork gets taken out, Bo gets himself 1. Baron is secured though, keep that in mind. As Reckless drops 2, Vitality find themselves 4 kills. How much?
So, yeah. Baron throw counter up to 2. Kicking off day 2 was BDS vs SK. And this was a massive fucking snooze fest, which benefited SK, who had the arguably better scaling team comp. At minute 33, the game was pretty much even with only 4 kills for each side. Then, SK, with, remember, the better scaling team composition, decided to do this.
Turn the tides of this fight. Nuke trying to get on the back line, 6 seconds on the perfect execution. Oh, no! Glacial Precipice! Shale steals it! And SK can only weep and watch as Nuke still able to kill Extra Kick. For that, his life will be forfeit, but what a prize to have earned.
And up the counter goes. Outside of this being a very shit Baron setup in general, with no one ready to catch a potential steal, how the fuck does Marcoon, a player who most people consider reasonably good, including me, smite on 1500 HP? My silver teammates time their smites better, for fuck's sake, and this guy plays on 7 ping while they play on their grandpa's microwave. After this, BDS just kind of took over and cleanly pushed their lead, which I didn't expect from a team with their expectations, so kudos to them. After that siesta, Mad vs Astralis was played. Completely forgetting how useless 113's Viego was the day before, Astralis decided to draft it again. Now, I didn't think this was possible, but somehow he had even less impact than on day 1, with Mad securing a 26-minute Hextech cell. To be fair, not to put all the blame on my favorite punching bag, Dior had yet another illegally trash game going 0-5-1 on the Syndra. Up next was Heretics vs Vitality, and this was another stomp. And the worst thing about this was that this wasn't even really the player's fault. The draft gap in this game was so fucking large, not even the combined sizes of Evi's massive balls and thumb could bridge it. No, but seriously, who drafts 4 melees and a Kalista into Azir, Zeri, Sejuani? It's like you want to have unplayable fights at that point. Moving on to Koi vs Excel, we got to see Odoamne pop the fuck off in his grudge match against the team who kicked him. Unfortunately for him, no matter if you think you're an elo hell with your 1.9 KDA in Silver 4, this was worse. Luckily for Excel, Koi then tried to throw at Baron.
Nowhere to go, maybe America will steal the silence. Nice to stop him entering the pit. Patrick over the wall, Larson just trying to dash in. Again going, oh, the chance is steal it! The steal is massive! The rest of the team...
Excel then went on a massive rampage, closing the 4K gold lap and then fucked it all up again. However, it was still a massive throw by Koi, so up to 4 we go. Now, there is a reason I didn't make fun of Astralis for getting stomped the hardest of the week in their 29-minute match against Mad. And that is because of Fnatic vs G2. In the so-called match of the week, my boys Fnatic decided to completely run it down in the bot side jungle at minute 4.
Good cue to make it out.
Yike's not done yet.
Just trading a bit more aggressively, but again, Red Buff here is the big concern. Yike! Getting a little bit over aggressive. They're forcing out the flash. Reckless coming over the wall. Rux now in the area. Has the shielding X for Reckless. Mickey now locking Reckless down, buying a bit more space. Hansama low on mana, but the hook managed to land. First blood! Cash out for the Draven. It's disaster. Rux locked down. Now Yike becomes Yumi. Reckless running. Oh, it's a disaster for Fnatic. G2.
With Draven having a 1.5k lead at minute 5 and Kraken Slayer at minute 8, this game took only 23 minutes to close out. Also, please spare a thought for the ultimate solo queue experience that Humanoid and Wonder had, having to watch their bot lane int 4 minutes in while they did mostly well in their lanes for most of the game. In day 3, we began with Heretics vs SK. After barely winning against Astralis, Heretics decided to disappoint their fans even more by losing to fucking SK, casting doubt on whether they can even make top 8. Keeping up with the trend of top laners popping off just to get fucked by their team running it, Evi completely popped off just for his bot lane to run him down. Heretics also managed to go from an even game state to losing with a 21-minute Baron throw. Now, this wasn't just your usual Baron throw, this one was special. While most teams int a fight around Baron, Heretics barely got the Baron, bled 3 kills right before or right after it, and then proceeded to overpush and overextend on bot tier 2, losing another team fight with the Baron buff, which put them at a negative 500 Baron.
Do so for 0-2. Marcoon chases forward, throws out the ulti. It's Nature's Grasp square. Both squads hold in place, but Ziankos stamping forward. Empress Divide from Ruby buys a little bit of time. He is taken out on the fray though. Yankos running for his life as Evi has shunked down, forced out and killed. Irrelevant. Execute. The man that needs to step up is doing so. Gets that shield, gets the kills, and now Evi is running for his life.
Truly immaculate slow and steady Baron throwing method which other teams in the LEC should learn from. Counter is now up to 5. Not wanting to be left behind, SK went on to also pull off a Baron throw.
He's played phenomenally, as the Baron will most likely be secured here. Heretics held in place by that hijacked ultimate. Chain of Corruption slowing down the engage. Irrelevance the target, bailout by some time, but it's Ruby that's got the damage this time around. That is a gigantic shutdown that will go over to Ruby. Gets the 1,000.
And after this, they went on to lose their mid inhib. That's right, we had 2 Baron throws in a singular game. The counter is now at 6, averaging more than half a Baron throw a game. SK still went on to win the game, because why the fuck not at this point? I mean, I can't say this game wasn't fun to watch, but holy shit, it was so disgusting. After this, we got to watch Excel's borderline super team struggle to beat fucking BDS for almost 40 minutes. This was mostly because Patrick got randomly caught out in bot lane in this game more than your Luden Slug support in your final promos game. Ironically, the only game they won this week was the only game where Odo wasn't popping off. Also, I'm pretty sure that after they went home, Targamas was still stepping into Caitlyn traps. One more thing. Guess what? Excel also threw at Baron.
Hit points on the Baron. BTO stepping into the river. Adam gets a 2-man apprehend, throws out the decimate. Odo is going golden with that hourglass. Cersei tries to get one back, a trade of kills. Top laners for top laner. Chase continues as VTO's chasing onto Nuke on the sidelines. The wildcards won't find him. He dashes over the wall. Waiting to find another proc from the gold card. Labrov is held in place. Cersei throws the little sapling over the wall, and Labrov stays alive. Nuke now looking for the re-engage. He manages to find one. That's another kill for Crowley. BDS, they're turning this onto XL. 1, 2, 3 kills.
7 it is. The next game was G2 versus Astralis. The only thing I will say is that at least Astralis lasted longer than Fnatic. And another thing is that G2 at least made us regain some hope for EU after watching the 2 games that preceded this, because they were fucking hard to watch. Up next was the game that would define the narrative around Fnatic. Even though it was just a singular BO1, if Fnatic won this game, they would be called as part of the top 4 with Koi, G2 and Vitality by Reddit. If they lost this game, however, Reddit would say that they aren't making it out of regular season into best of 3s. Luckily for the players' Twitter DMs, Fnatic won. This was mostly caused by Koi creating the most low damage, yet somehow squishy team comp in the history of League. They decided to put the game in Shigenda's hands on the Jags, giving him a 2.5k gold lead, hoping he would carry obviously. Shigenda then proceeded to do absolutely nothing the whole damn game and lose. Finally, the last game of the week was Mad vs Vitality. Both teams were coming into this very confident with 2-0 scorelines. Mad then remembered their wins were against SK and Astralis and proceeded to get stomped in 29 minutes. This was mostly facilitated by Hylissang forgetting that the red health bars belonged to the enemy team and trying to walk towards them to ult them and support them as Lulu for most of the game. Now, on to this week's Runner of the Week. Welcome to Runner of the Week, where we decide which player made the most diabolically brain-dead play of the week and award them for it. Today's candidates are Dior for that free roam in the top river versus Koi.
As Kobe's the one's been chunked down.
Oh, here we go.
Twin Fang off the Twin Fang. Miasma is out. He's grounded. He's locked down. He's ceased and desist. And it's Ruby that gets the kill credit. That was just really a mistake. You can't.
Hylissang for walking into mid lane from the enemy side while there's a fight going on and he has 300 HP.
But he gets them both low as Perks finds a kill, then ults on.
and Rux for whatever the fuck that Yumi dismount was.
Now in the area, has the shielding extra for Reckless. Mickey now locking Reckless down, buying a bit more space. Hansa low on mana, but the hook manages to land. First blood! Cash out for the Draven, it's disaster! Rux locked down, now Yank becomes Yumi! Reckless running! Oh, it's a disaster for Fnatic!
And while Dior was undoubtedly the worst player over the course of the week, the runner of the week goes to Rux, as that play was simply negative brain cell gaming. Once more, this is his run of the week.
Now in the area, has the shielding extra for Reckless. Mickey now locking Reckless down, buying a bit more space. Hansa low on mana, but the hook manages to land. First blood! Cash out for the Draven, it's disaster! Rux locked down, now Yank becomes Yumi! Reckless running! Oh, it's a disaster for Fnatic!
I still believe that both Rux and Reckless could have survived there if he just didn't dismount and tried to press fucking E on his keyboard instead, which could have even left the game playable with just 1 kill on the Draven. Here are your Runner of the Week standings. Well, this is it for today's LEC rundown. Please like and subscribe to boost the algorithm if you want more people to see me flame a bunch of young lads who are about 50 times better at League and 50 times more successful in life than I am for another 15 minutes.